All right, thank you for joining me, YouTube. My name is Brendan Brown, and I wanted to take some time to talk with fellow musicians. For those of you who don't know me, I play guitar in a country band called Luke Brown and the Jubilee. Um, about a year ago, I decided to take it on full time and do music full time. Before that, I was in the life insurance industry. I worked for a company that was in both life insurance and financial services. So I was pretty confident, going into this business venture as a independent musician, um, to be able to apply my business knowledge and to be able to manage my finances and create a business from it. Now the making money as a musician part, now that's hard. If you have the key for that, I'd love to know. But I kind of just want to talk about the investing side of things. Let me put my face on here so you can see my beautiful mug. So there we go. I want to take a look at the industry, um, and I kind of want to talk about what you can do as a musician to better, prop yourself up financially, give yourself some more security financially. So most music labels are owned by a big company like Sony owns Columbia and a couple other record labels. Warner, I think they own Capitol Records. I'm not exactly sure what labels they have. Universal Music Group is one. They own Def Jam and other labels. Now, you probably recognize Warner and you probably recognize Universal because they also do, the film industry as well. So they're not only music companies, but they're in the entertainment industry, obviously. So if we go over here and look at the entertainment sector, um, of the S&P 500, which kind of it falls under the communications services sector, um, where you can buy into this. You can put your retirement account money into that sector. If you believe in music, you believe in the industry, and you think that AI is not gonna take everything and take all of our jobs, um, then you can absolutely put your money into this. And over the next 20 years, who knows what it looks like. Um, but, you know, also don't be afraid of potentially buying up individual companies. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket, as they say. But let's take a look at Spotify for an example. Spotify went public in 2018, it looks like. Started trading around 100, $200. And today it's at around $600. Looks like the all-time high got to over $750. So me personally, I was still in college taking business classes. Well, I don't think I started taking business classes then, but um, you know, I'm a musician. If I would have understood, investing and uh, you buy into a music service company like this, like Spotify, here, and then in just not even 10 years, it has gone up significantly. And so if, say you're working as a musician, you're making good money. You're putting money aside into a retirement account. Imagine if you took a chunk of that money and bought just Spotify with that money. And who knows what that account would look like with Spotify in your portfolio. Um, and so those are some things to consider. Are there AI companies that are going to take over, and what does their stock price look like in the future? If you go to Warner over here and you go to the news, you'll see that Warner settles a copyright case with Suno. If you're a musician, I'm sure you've seen advertisements for Suno where, oh, you're stuck on an idea. Here's AI to help you finish the song. Um, and the fact that apparently Suno was using copyrighted music for for their AI training. I don't really know how it works, but um, you know, they're still copying from us. So that's a good sign. Um, and like I said, there's tons of options out there for investing as an independent contractor. It's fairly easy getting it set up. If you need to talk with the person, talk with a licensed professional. Um, and yeah, if there's any questions that you have, please leave them down in the comments. If you invested into a company in the entertainment or music industry and it paid off, I'd love to hear the story about it in the comments. Just let me know. See you in the next one.